Welcome back, primary four. Today we will discuss the last lesson in mathematics this year. We want to talk about the area. Okay, we studied before the perimeter and the units used to measure perimeter and length. Today we want to discuss the area. Okay, the greatest unit here is kilometer, but in this case, kilometer square. Square means that we have two lengths multiplied by each other. So kilometer squared. And by the same way, we have meter squared or squared meter. Okay, if we want to change from kilometer squared to meter squared, we'll multiply by 1 million. So 1 kilometer squared equal 1 million meter squared. And by the same way, if we want to convert from the small unit to the great unit, we will divide by 1 million. Also we have decimeter squared. 1 meter squared equal 100 decimeter squared. So if I want to convert from meter squared to decimeter squared, we will multiply by 100. And by the same way, if you want to convert from decimeter squared to meter squared, divide by 100. We have centimeter squared. By the same way, if you want to convert from centimeter squared to decimeter squared, divide by 100 and multiply by 100 if you want to convert from decimeter squared to centimeter squared. The smallest unit is millimeter squared. Millimeter squared. By the same way, 1 centimeter squared equal 100 millimeter squared. So if you want to convert from centimeter squared to millimeter squared, multiply by 100. And if you want to do the opposite, divide by 100. So again, the greatest unit is kilometer squared. 1 kilometer squared equal 1 million meter squared. Remember, kilometer only is a length unit. Kilometer squared is an area unit. Okay, 1 kilometer equal 1000 meter, but 1 kilometer squared equal 1000 by 1000. It means 1 million. By the same way, meter squared equal 100 decimeter squared, but if we have meter and decimeter, 10. But in this case, we have 10 by 10. It means 100. Okay. Let's take an example or an exercise to clarify this point. We want to complete. The first one here, we have 5 kilometers squared, and I want to convert it to meter squared. As we said, 1 kilometer squared equal 1 million meter squared. So I want to multiply by 1 million. Okay, 5 times 1 million. I'll put the 6 zeros, then 5 times 1 equal 5. Here we have meter squared and centimeter squared. We'll multiply by 100. Okay, so 100 by 100 because we have meter squared and centimeter squared, and between them decimeter squared. So I will multiply by 100 by 100. It means 10,000. 4 zeros. So put the 4 zeros, then 12 times 1 equal 12. Here from centimeter squared to millimeter squared, there is no unit between them, so I multiply only by 100. So the result will be 500. The next one, I want to convert from small units, millimeter squared, to the greater unit, centimeter squared, and there is no unit in between, so I divide. But in this case, I divide by 100. If you want to divide, it means cancel 2 zeros. Divided by 100 means cancel 2 zeros. Okay, the last one, 3 kilometers squared to meter squared, as we do here. Okay, as we did here, we will multiply by 1 million because 1 kilometer squared equal 1 million meter squared. So the result is 3 million meters squared. Now let's talk to the area of a square. We will talk about the area of square, how to calculate the area of square. The area of a square means side length by side length. The area means to cover the shape. The area means to cover the shape, inside the shape. But the perimeter means the length around the shape. Okay, so I want to cover this shape. In this case, I'll multiply 5 by itself. So the area of a square equals side length by side length, or side length by itself. Because it's square, all sides are equal. Okay, so if I want to calculate the area of this square, I'll multiply 5 by 5. So the area will be 5 times 5 equal 25, and the unit centimeter squared. The length unit is centimeter, so the area or the unit of the area is centimeter squared. Also, we will study the area of the rectangle. How to calculate the area of rectangle? The area of rectangle means length by width. Okay. For example, this rectangle, if I want to calculate the area, I multiply 6 times 2. So the area of rectangle equal length times width. 6 times 2, which is 12. And take care, the unit is not centimeter, centimeter squared, because here we are calculating the area, not the perimeter. Let's take another example. Calculate the area of the shaded part. We have a shaded part here. We want to calculate the area of this shaded part, the green part. Okay, we have a rectangle of dimensions 10 centimeters and 6 centimeters. The length equal 10 and the width equal 6. And we have a square inside with a side length 5. As you can notice, the area of this shaded part means the area of rectangle, but without the area of a square. Again, the area of the shaded part or the green part means the area of this rectangle, but without the area of the square. So I'll calculate the area of rectangle and subtract minus the area of square. Okay, let's do that. So the area of this shaded part equals the area of rectangle minus the area of a square. The area of rectangle means length by width, 6 times 10 or 10 times 6. And the area, so minus the area of a square, 5 times 5. So we have 6 times 10 equals 60 minus 25. 60 minus 25 is 35. Okay, so the area of this shaded part is 35 centimeters squared. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Try to solve more exercises. This is the last lesson in this term. See you next term, inshallah. Thank you very much and good luck.